Let's discuss this problem C, prefix min and suffix max. So the problem statement is you are given an array A of distinct integers, and in one operation you can choose either of these two. The first operation is you can choose any non-empty prefix from the array, and you have to replace the whole prefix with the minimum value from that prefix part. Similarly, you can choose the suffix and you can replace the whole suffix part with the maximum value from the suffix. Okay. Now, the task is mm, for each element in the array, you have to determine whether the whole array can be converted into that element or not. For example, if you choose three, so you have to determine whether the whole array can be converted into three or not using these two operations. Okay, so let's understand this through an example. Okay, so we are given this example one three sorry 135472. Okay, uh, definitely our answer string is and for the output should look like a string, and that for each index you have to print 0 or 1 whether this whether the whether the whole array can be converted into that element at that particular index or not. Okay, so definitely our answer string is going to be the equal to the length of the array. Answers length of the answer string is going to be equal to the length of the array, right? So that is 6 here. So for each index we have to print 0 or 1. So what we have to do is, let's see, let's say for index 3, so let's say for index yeah, let's say for index 1. Okay, so we have to determine whether using those two operations the whole array can be converted into this uh, this single element or not. You can choose any prefix and you can choose any suffix. You can replace the prefix with the minimum element, and you can replace the suffix with the uh, maximum element. Okay. So for example, in this part, you can simply just choose the whole prefix, and you can see that the minimum element is 1 only, and you can replace the whole prefix with 1, right? So the complete array becomes 1. So definitely you'll put 1 here, right? So for better understanding, let's take this index 7, this element 7. So see, like in prefix, you can always choose the minimum value, right? And in suffix, you can choose the maximum value. So what I was thinking at the time of content that okay, if I choose the prefix till this element, and if I choose the suffix after this element, so in the in the prefix part, I will have the minimum element, right? And I'll have my current element, and the suffix part I will have the maximum element. So whatever is the number of the elements in the array, I will end up with these three elements. I will end up with three elements only, right? And in the next part, I can just choose the complete prefix or suffix, and I can find out whether this number is equal, whether this number can be replaced with the whole part or not, right? Mm, Depending upon if it is the minimum element in the prefix or if it is the maximum element in the suffix, right? And yeah, so for example, let's do this thing. Okay, 135472. So I am at this index, right? So if I take the prefix this thing, then I will have 1 here as the minimum element. I will have 7 and I have 2, right? So if you look carefully, if I take the prefix part again, then I'll have to take the minimum element, which is 1, and this complete array will be replaced by 1, which I don't want, right? But if I take the suffix thing, then the 7 will come as the maximum element, and the whole array can be converted into 7 only, right? So so the point is, for any index, for any element in the array, you can just check whether you can just check whether the uh, minimum part, you can just create a three array of three elements, right? The minimum part from the prefix, the maximum part from the suffix, and your current element, right? And you can just check whether this thing is coming as the complete minimum or the complete maximum or not, right? Complete maximum or not. So let's understand through the code that will help you in better way to understand this. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking input here, and one more thing. See, I have to take for my current element, I want to know the minimum element from the prefix part, right? And I want to know this maximum element from the suffix part. Okay. So what I can do is I can pre-calculate these things. For any particular index, what is the minimum element in the prefix, and what is the maximum element in the suffix? So which is I'm doing this thing here. I'll have to create it to two arrays for prefix and for suffix. So for each element, for each index, I'm uh, so for example, so the array was 135472, right? So 135472472. So for prefix array, I have initialized with the first element only, right? So 1 1 1 1 1, and then I'm iterating from this index, right? So what I'm doing is I'm comparing with current element this thing and this thing, right? And I'm taking the minimum of these two. So I will take this minimum, then I will compare again, and take this minimum, then I will compare again, I will take this minimum. So the minimum would be 1. And for maximum, 135472, what I'm doing is I'm initializing the complete array with last element, and then I will iterate from here. So I will compare this thing with this and take the maximum. So I will update this. Then again, this thing with this, I will update the maximum, right? So whole thing will become this. So these two arrays will give for current will give a min and max for the current element for the right. So the same thing I'm calculating here. And again, after that, I have just created a string array for the answer, and I'm iterating for all of the indexes, and I'm by default pushing as zero, right? And I'm just checking whether the current element is equals to any of the minimum or the maximum. This contains the minimum, right? And this contains the maximum. Okay. So see, uh, the thing was, in the end, we are left with three elements, right? 172, and we have to take minimum or maximum from these things. Okay, we are taking the prefix just before this current element, and we are taking the suffix just after the current element. So an alternative way is you can just take the minimum till here, till current element, or you can take just maximum from your current element, right? And just check whether the minimum or maximum is equals to your current element or not, and which is doing which I'm doing the same thing here. Yeah, so that's it. This will give the correct answer. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any doubt, you can drop comment. Thank you.